In what could be a major slap in the face to Brexiteers, Boris Johnson seems to have aligned with French President Emmanuel Macron's proposal for a European political community by suggesting the creation of a modern Roman Empire. This grouping would not merely include Europe, but, as with the old empire, take in Turkey and parts of North Africa in an ostensible bid to strengthen regional unity. There is much wrong with this. Firstly, at a basic level, it is historically inaccurate. The Roman Empire never took in what we now call Scandinavia or the bulk of Slavic Europe, if the PM thinks these should be included. More than that, it all feels rather like a backdoor to Britain joining the EU, or at least becoming interwoven with a bloc it voted to leave. If nothing else, that would be an enormous affront to democracy. It also feels like a way to keep Ukraine and other EU candidate countries quiet. By the time Ukraine would be accepted into the EU, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky would likely be pensionable anyway. But what do we really know? At the G7 summit in Germany, the French suggested that Johnson had shown interest in Macron's plan for a political community aimed primarily at Central and Eastern Europe. This would, according to Macron, allow European countries adhering to the EU's core values to cooperate on security, energy, transport, infrastructure and the movement of people. Problem 1. There are no European values. The bloc is massively split between a progressive secular West and a nationalist conservative East. No sooner would Ukraine have joined than find itself on the EU naughty step. Little wonder many Western European leaders have expressed doubts about Ukraine joining anytime soon. Will Brussels really want another Hungary or Poland on its hands? By the way, Russia is also technically European, and a member of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. Then, en route to Madrid for a NATO summit, Johnson argued that the idea had come from him first and that he was also in favor of an alliance encompassing countries in West Asia and North Africa. According to the PM, who apparently had this idea when he was Foreign Secretary, we should rebuild the whole concept. I think that Turkey should be there. I think that Maghreb should be there, and I think we should basically be recreating the Mare Nostrum of the Roman Empire. Mare Nostrum, by the way, refers to the Mediterranean Sea. Johnson said Macron's idea was worth looking at, if compatible with the UK's wider aims. Frankly, however, it is an idea unlikely to gain traction, not least because of disagreement about what this community would actually entail. To be fair to Macron, he said his idea complements the EU accession process but is not an alternative. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba had said, no alternative to EU membership for Ukraine would be acceptable. So, this is perhaps more a talking point than much else. Central and Eastern European countries are likely to be especially wary not just that Ukraine is being let down gently, but that Macron's plan would open the door to their own second-tier membership. If anything, the EU ought to consider loosening relations between its conservative East and progressive West, allowing for economic ties to continue but devolving power back politically given the unbridgeable cultural divide. What is most alarming, however, is the suggestion that London could somehow creep back into the bloc over the heads of the British people. If this is how the PM who got Brexit done thinks, what must Labour and the Lib Dems believe?